like I say, the whole problem with what happened was pretty much is that when I named America and bought it and started manufacturing and started making it America, um, the problem was that I made it and I was doing citizen. We started the citizenship part of it. Like I said, the citizenship and fingerprinting and IDing actually started in Germany, and then kind of worked its way out from there, where fingerprinting and IDs and all that other stuff started out with the tattoo ID, and then went from there. But so it goes like Germany, and then maybe some stuff around Poland and stuff. But then it goes America, the IDing and stuff like that and all that. Because I started in Germany, and then they started doing the citizenship. We started doing the stuff in America. And like I said, a lot of people would come over here, and we hadn't gotten a chance because we were evacuating, Spain and everywhere else. So we hadn't gotten a chance to actually ID them or know who was actually over here. So we had to go around and find everyone and go through and figure out exactly who was who and what was what, and then we had to set up all the borders and all the border stuff. I mean, huge setup process for getting IDs and birth certificates. I mean, and the cities had to be redesigned. Like I said, that's what really happened in Paris and China and some of these other places, is that we had the circle and then the roads going out like that, and that's not really a very efficient. Like it's okay for small towns and stuff like that, but when you get into like the big huge city grids, you got all these roads, like you know, it just doesn't work. So that's another reason why Berlin had to be destroyed anyway, and some of these other cities had to be destroyed anyway, because I mean it just wouldn't work. With massive amounts of population, it just does not work. So we used to have like the little stuff, and then we just had to like which was a major, major change. I mean, we built everything one way, and then the traffic and everything was just getting too bad, and it's like, well, might as well start now. So, like, I forget exactly when that was, like 1920, 1930 or something like that. We're like, all right, it's all gonna have to be redone. So we had to like basically start bulldozing buildings, and pretty much just because the roads were going like this. I mean, you can't. Gridlock was a nightmare for personal traffic and just like carts, and it works fine. But when you start looking at like cars and stuff, like it just doesn't work. But it's basically a city center pretty much, and we had all these city centers, and it just the I planned it wrong, so I had to like redo everything. We had to redo, and then rebuilding all the lines, and that's a lot of work. But I mean, it wasn't all wasted money. Like I say, like most of the money and most of the time was spent in just leveling the ground and getting it buildable. And then once we were going through and redoing it, then that process is easy. It's already flat, it's already done. So the money and time wasn't really wasted. It was just, we just misspent some time on the city. So then so we just cleared it off and then just rebuild. And just that process. And once you get going with that, then it's not all that hard, like I say. So I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just I wasted, I don't know how much time and how much money, but bad city design. I forget how we got to the circle spots and then roads going out, but probably my fault. I'm sure it was my fault. But a lot of those things, like they had been there for like a very long time. They were really old. It was really old design, and getting it updated to the newer stuff. So we had to redo all of Germany and redo all these cities anyway, because they just it just didn't work. It wouldn't work. So we had to like not carve a bomb, but I mean like bulldoze and everything anyway. So move everyone out, then bulldoze it, then move everyone back in, and it's just this huge process. But in the grand scheme of things, it's better now than it ever was. So nice big roads, everything's all nice and laid out, services and everything centrally located and all that. And so the thing is figuring all that out. Germany did most of that, like I say. People say, "Oh, America." It's like, well, actually, now Germany actually took a big part of that. And America, somewhat. I mean, it was a group effort. Like a lot of people, like there's a lot of different phases to the whole building of the earth and everything else like that. Like we changed our ways of doing things. So anyway, and then just paying out more money. Like I say, believe it or not, like I say, the yen and everything else. What most people don't really realize is that the yen, it's 3 million yen right now, or whatever. But that actually started out with $1, 1 yen, and then 2 yen, 3 yen, and I think there was actually four currencies actually in China, and then we kind of like merged it into one or something like that. I forget what the currency of China was. It's an interesting history, like I say. I mean, all these things. I mean, all these decisions, and everything else. And over the years, like I say, their work, my work, other people's work, and it all kind of groups up together. So anyway, and then the fact that I'm creator of 800 Galaxies always helps out. It's like, well, I have a space clock and I'm creator of 800 Galaxies, so pretty much. What do I want today? So in general, like it's just. But Nixon and JFK and a bunch of other people wanted to make it look like they were the one flying the ship, and it's like, not really. And that became a problem because they weren't flying the ship, and they had never flown the ship, and they just didn't give a fuck about the ship. So they were just in it for the good time or whatever. And pretty much it was like mini war, having fun with them, and like I say, they were fairly powerful, whatever, and gotten away with everything. So they're like, why not? So they started doing all this horrible things, and it's like, Anyway, a bunch of other people started saying that they're the Pope or God or something or a creator, and it's like, so annoying. And people believe them too, like I say. Bad idea. It worked out very badly for those people. There's a lot of death and a lot of time when people were just like, have some Ebola, goodbye. And they just cruised off, and then thousands died. There's a lot of times where people are just like, ha ha ha, goodbye, here's some, have this, see ya. And then they leave dead people behind. It's like, well, that's one way that's what happens when you get a bad leader. Or they just don't care. It's like, all these people that didn't really care about anything other than, like I said, the percentages on the leader ratios of benefit, like what they actually did to how much they took, it was really low. Like a lot of people just taking money and resources until and then so it's like 5% benefit to like 15% loss or something like that, or 10%. They took way more than, and because they weren't leaders, they didn't care. They were just most of them were just like, hey, it's a good time, yeah. And like I said, the whole thing's about the drugs and stuff. It was just them lying and so many things. Like they didn't even have to. They didn't have to kill anyone, so I don't know why they killed anyone, but I don't know, maybe they just liked it, or maybe they're just confused. Like, I don't know. Like everything was already planned out and already set in motion and going along just fine. All anybody had to do was just wait. And basically, we already had everything already figured out. They just had to just not kill people and not create a problem. But oh well, that's the way life is. So, anyway. And I just wasn't knowing, they were just more knowing than me, so. They led people down that road. There's a rap stars and everyone, oh, I love you, you're so wonderful. And it's like, he doesn't really give a fuck about anything or anyone. Not even his own kids. And they're like, you're so wonderful, I love you, have my baby, to all these people, and they don't even know who they are. And they're just like, thanks, babe. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, see you later. Yeah, the next one will just come on me the same way anyway. So they just do that, and just take whatever they can get and walk off. Like, but I thought you were wonderful. No, they're just like everyone else. Sorry. Yeah. But they know that, and you don't. So, anyway. Yep. That's the way it turned out.